Day 102. Artificial intelligence, also known as AI. Okay, maybe it's just me because I live in San Francisco and I'm freaking constantly being, excuse me, bombarded by ads about this AI company and that AI company and this different spin we put on AI. If it's not a secret, I'm I wouldn't even say I'm not the biggest fan. I'm just not that impressed. And I get that I've talked about this in previous videos, and there is a very specific direction I want to take this one. But I know that I've said before that the powers that be that invested a whole bunch of money, time, and energy into this technology, and there's also so that's one thing, that's really one huge driving force, is that the world's biggest companies are using all their resources, or so it seems, to really push this technology. There's also this like kind of race to get ahead, right? Beat, whoever gets to market first, which it's am I the only one that thinks it's very weird that this technology was just dropped all at once and then all these companies are like racing to start on it at once? It's almost giving, and call me a conspiracist if you want, but it's almost giving they sat on this technology, waited until it was the perfect time to release it to the masses, and then here we are. Anyway, that's actually not the purpose of this video. The purpose of this video is to talk about why I think that we as service-based business providers are really poised to succeed in the day of AI. And mind you, like I said, I'm not the biggest fan of AI. I have realized that it's here, that it's going to play a role. I don't think it's going to play the huge outsized role that people think it is, or that these people predict it will. And I think that even they know that it's not going to play this really big role. I actually kind of like what Mark Cuban says. He says that people in a few years, society is going to be saturated with all of this AI, that it's actually going to drive people-to-people interactions, and that's going to expand service, and by default that will expand service-based business offerings, etc. I attended a panel at a conference a couple years ago, an entrepreneurship conference, and this panel was entitled "Why AI Will Save the World." By the way, I don't agree. I disagree wholeheartedly. What I do think was very well communicated in this panel that I really agreed with, and I'm so glad that I attended this panel at this entrepreneurship conference, is that AI's here, it's here to stay, and that a basic understanding of AI is actually necessary to function in today's world, and that's actually beneficial, and no matter what, it will help your business. That much I absolutely did agree with, and that message was made very clear. Last thing I want to put out there, no matter how much they keep pushing AI, I promise you, people are not going to be comfortable having AI watch their kids, tutor their children, do pet care, lawn care, or garden care. There's certain, like babysitting, guys, childcare, that's not going to be done by AI. And to the extent to where this technology is taking over certain parts of our lives, it will still have to be monitored by a human being. So what I would recommend, as I've done in other videos, rather than be fearful of AI, increase your skill set. Go out there and chase and increase skills that would make you a more valuable person and asset. But anyway, that's my TED talk, if you will, about artificial intelligence. I am so sick of hearing about it, but again, it's not going anywhere.